I was 10 when I first got laughed at for the smell on my clothes. "Smells like bleach," a boy said. "Did your mom wash you in a bucket?" My cheeks turned red. "It's her dad," another voice added. "He's the janitor. He mops the bathrooms." Laughter, loud, cruel, echoing off the hallways of a school built with donations from men like his father. His name was Preston Carrington III, the kind of name that sounded like it belonged on the side of a private jet. He wore tailored uniforms, shoes that sparkled, and a sneer that could cut glass. He always found me in the lunchroom, or at recess, or during reading circle. Once he pushed me down and dumped chocolate milk on my head. The teacher saw it and said, "Let's all be kind now. Preston, apologize." He smirked. "Sorry for wasting my milk." I went home that day and asked my father if he could stop working at my school. He looked tired. His hands were cracked and dry. "Sweetheart," he said softly, "I clean so you can learn. One day, you'll walk into a room where people like them will have to shut up when you speak." I didn't believe it. Not then. But I never forgot it. Fast forward 20 years. I was 30, a Harvard Law graduate, top of my class, working for a small but deadly firm in New York City. I had changed my name from Emily Johnson to E.J. Cross on my resume. It sounded cleaner, stronger, less bleachy. One day, my boss handed me a thick manila folder. "We've been hired for a private equity case. High stakes, big press risk." I opened the file. The name hit me like a freight train. Carrington Capital Partners. And right there, on the third page, a photo. Preston Carrington III, all grown up, still smug, now Vice President of Strategic Acquisitions. The case was simple, on the surface. A whistleblower alleged that Carrington Capital had been stealing land deeds from underprivileged communities in the South, buying out homes with falsified signatures, and shutting out low-income families. The whistleblower, an anonymous woman in her late 60s, claimed she'd worked for the Carringtons as a personal secretary for 22 years, and that she'd kept copies of everything. I knew what I had to do. I flew to Georgia, met with the woman in a Baptist church basement. She brought a shoebox full of papers, signatures, ledgers, recordings. "They called it Operation White Picket," she whispered. "They said no one would question a gated community if the poor folks disappeared slow enough." I brought the box back to New York, built the case, and requested a meeting with Preston Carrington III. He didn't recognize me at first, not until I walked into the glass conference room and dropped the letter in front of him. "What's this?" he said, eyes scanning the paper. "A preliminary injunction and disclosure notice," I said calmly. "You're being investigated for civil racketeering, housing discrimination, and property fraud." He laughed. "Cute. I'll have our lawyers call yours." I smiled. "I am the lawyer." His face changed. His eyes narrowed. "Do I know you?" "Fourth grade. You poured milk on me." "Wait. My dad scrubbed your lunchroom floors." "Emily?" "It's Ms. Cross now." I leaned in. "You once told me I'd always smell like bleach." "And now?" he asked bitterly. "Now I smell like money, power, and justice." He tried to fight the case. His family's lawyers dragged it out for a year. But the papers were real, the evidence undeniable. Carrington Capital was fined $80 million. Dozens of families got their homes back. And Preston? He stepped down, quietly. He works in a consulting firm now, far from headlines. Last I heard, his father tried to buy out the law firm I worked for. They laughed him out of the boardroom. As for me, I kept the original shoebox of papers, framed the milk-stained yearbook photo of me and Preston, and hung it above my desk, right next to a plaque that reads, "Don't ever underestimate the janitor's daughter." Thank you for watching. If you want to get more that kind of stories, press like and check out our channel.